We hiked up this little hill to historic Fort Seward. It was established in 1906 to keep order and law and order in the gold rush. These were all the barracks and housing. This is a parade field where they marched and kept in shape. I'm not quite sure what that structure there in the distance is, but the older building here, I'll go by there and see what it's thought to be. You can see it's not very far from the cruise ship. It's a little bit of a hike up here. There's a Nordam out there. And of course, there's all the mountains around. The thing here says it's where they carved totem poles, but it's closed today, so I couldn't go in there. We'll go ahead at the top and cruise across the upper area and see what's up there. This is the only cannon remains. I guess it was aimed out to the water. If anybody tried to attack from the sea, that's what they get a head full. I think down below is enlisted man's barracks. What I read, this someone's behind me here on this road. Mostly the officers' barracks. This is an explanation. I guess when the fort was decommissioned in 1947, people could actually buy the houses. I guess the ones that bought it are down below: Ted and me, Greg, Carl and Betty Heinmiller, Martin and Allie Cordes, and Clarence and Hilda Watson.
The girl's telling him she grew up here in that house. So her mother still lives there.
Looks like fishing was good back then. That's a pretty good size halibut. Apparently they had a baseball team as well. Here they are in front of the houses, taking rifle range with Springfield bolt action rifles. And then off time they played guitar or mandolin, I guess. According to someone who was reading all details, this was part of the fire department. They had cloth fire hoses. They had them dry, so they hang them from the top and them draining down so it wouldn't rot. And there's a pump house down below where they pump the water. And of course, there's a mountain range out there as always. And Nordam down below. It's a view across the parade field in the other direction. Someone up there in that red house said that she grew up there.
Next door.
And her mother still lives there, you say, Connie?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty interesting. Yeah, somebody bought the house in 1947. They've had it ever since, apparently. And this is actually the original fort. There's one little cannon down there. I'm not sure what that rusty thing is, but this is been kind of dilapidated since they sold it in 1947. I guess back then the trees weren't there and they had view of the waterway out there, which leads the Skagway, which is a dead end, and that's where the gold rush all began back then.